What's up, guys? Welcome to my rod and reel arsenal for 2016. I got 8 rods to cover. These are just my bass fishing rods. I don't take them all out at once, basically ever. I'm a kayak fishing guy and from the shore most of the time. So I hardly ever bring out more than 4 of these rods at a time. But let's get into it. First rod I have is my only spinning rod on the list. This is only a $65 setup, everything included. It's a Wright and McGill Insight Pro Vantage rod. I don't think they make these anymore. I got it for like $35 on sale at Dick's Sporting Goods back in the day. It's also got a Field and Stream. Inferno 30 is the model on this reel. The rod is 7'2". It's a little longer than what I want. I'm trying to get away from spinning in general. I like just, you have so much more control with bait cast. Even with light lures, I'm trying to get everything over to bait cast. But this is the only rod on the list, or reel on the list, that you'll see with 10-pound test braid on it. The lowest I go for bait cast is 20. And then I'm almost always using braid to leader with a uni to uni knot. As you can see there, a uni to uni knot goes through the guides just fine. This rod in particular has micro guides. Never really had an issue with it. But I am, again, phasing this one out in lieu of my second rod on the list. The second rod. A lot of you guys probably already know what it is just from that butt cap, that number 8 tackle butt cap. This is a 6'6" medium Blackout rod from number 8 tackle. These rods got super popular lately, at just being outstanding rods for the price. MSRP on them, I believe, is $80. You can get them when they're on sale for cheaper, like I did. I think I spent $67 on the rod, and this is a Lews Tournament Light reel, 7-1-1. I think I spent $137 on the reel because it was on sale before the 4th of July, 15% off from Tackle Warehouse. Ended up getting the whole setup for like $200. This is what I'm going to be throwing my light stuff on, kind of replacing what I would throw on a spinning rod. From everything I've heard, the Lews throws a light bait pretty well. So I put 20-pound braid on it to an 8-pound fluoro leader. We're going to see how this does. Next rod. This next rod is actually a Gander mountain rod. I got this for $50. I think they were selling them for $100, and they were just kind of switching up their kind of branding and the look of the rods. It's a GSX tournament series. I think they still have the tournament series. It just looks completely different. So I got a pretty good deal on it. I think I got it for 50% off what they were selling that year. I have it with a Curado, the dreaded Curado G series on top. This is in 5.5-1. You can see it's not spooled. I don't use this very much in warm weather. This is kind of a little more technique specific. I don't get into technique specific stuff just by the nature of the way I fish. I don't fish tournaments. I'm not trying to shave off, tying time and all that. It really helps me slow down in the winter though, that 5.5-1 reel. And I like this combo a lot. It's pretty light. The next combo is a GLoomis. This is an old GLoomis. This is a G2. This is a 6'6" medium heavy rod. This is the rod, if I need to make a pinpoint cast, this is the one I want in my hand. It's got an old Shimano Caenan reel on it. I really like the reel. Like, I can't knock it. Outside of the handles, I just really don't like. Besides that, just the feel of it, I think it feels, similar to the Curado, but kind of my default. If I just want that perfect feel in a cast, it's this setup right here. I use it for a lot of river fishing, a lot of smallmouth fishing. I'm starting to use it more for skipping under docks and things like that because it's that 6'6" profile, and I'm a kayak fisherman. Next on the list, the bread and butter right here. This is the 7-foot medium heavy. Again, it is that same Gander Mountain tournament series. I also got it for $50. It's got one of the new Daiwa Tatula compact type R's on it. It looks like a stinking race car. Love this reel. I haven't fully gotten used to it. They're super smooth and they cast a long way, but I just quite haven't I don't know. Haven't figured out the best place for my hand. It feels a little different. It feels like my thumb wants to go way up here on it, like all the way over the spool. But getting used to them. They've just taken a little longer normally than Shimano's for me. I can pick up a Shimano. They all have that like cutout by the button, and they just feel really similar. I'm getting used to them. I have it spooled up with 30-pound braid. It goes 30 to normally I keep 15-pound fluoro on it. I throw a lot of jigs. I throw a lot of chatterbaits. This is the perfect rod for it. I love it. It's really light. Like, these rods were a pretty good value, honestly, at $100. Like, they would compete with $100 name brand rods, these Gander Mountain rods, but getting them for 50, yeah, it's worth it. Next, I actually bought this rod used. This is an Omen Black by 13 Fishing. This is the Hevy 7.3, I believe. This is like my frogging rod. Currently, I have a shad walker on there. I just got this in. I can't wait to try it. Ever since I bought the rod, I threw a live target hollow body sunfish on it and loved it until I lost the lure and just ordered another one. But going night fishing, and I want something black on top of the water for the silhouette. So we're going to try this one out. Anyway, I'll also throw a jig on this. It's got a pretty good tip. The rod I replaced did not have a good tip at all. It was a decent frog rod just because you can get away with using braid. You can get a frog to walk without much rod action, more of just like smacking your line. But in terms of jig fishing, I can actually feel the bites on this. Big improvement, like it a lot. It's got the, again, Daiwa Tatula Compact Type R. This is in 8-to-1. This is my fastest gear ratio reel. I love how fast that is. Gets line back quick. Might end up getting some more 8-to-1s. Next is the big stuff. Here we have a Dobyns Fury 795 SB. This is their biggest in the Fury lineup. It is rated from 1 to 5 ounces. I would not push it over 4. I threw a 4.4 ounce bait with this, and it felt like the rod was just doubled back. Like, it handled it, but it doesn't land where you want. Stick with 4 ounces and under. I love the rod though, real light rod. I kind of wish it had the same type of handle as their rest of the Fury lineup, but the foam's alright. I got used to it pretty quick. Have a Shimano Cardiff on here, your standard entry-level big bait throw-in reel. It's 300 size. I have 20-pound CSX line on it. All my big baits get thrown on mono. I want the stretch. If something happens on the cast and that cast stops, with the lure out 5 foot from the last guide, it's snapping. On braid, it's snapping. On mono, with the give of the rod and the give of the line, you're all right. Throwing, a 4 ounce bait out there and not losing it. The bull gill here from Bull Shad Swim Baits, right in the wheelhouse for this rod and reel. Next is the big boy, and I mean big. This is the Daiwa DXSB. It's an 8-foot rod. I have this in the extra heavy, so it's rated from 3 to 10 ounces. I have a Okuma Citrix reel on top. The reel spooled with 25-pound CSX line. This is for my big baits, my biggest big baits. I'll be honest though, 70+% of the time, this Depths 175 is on it. I love this bait. It's caught me, my personal best bass. I can't knock it. I ended up getting this bait for $60. Video for another time. Now, the reel I got on sale, normally, if you bought this combo, standard pricing, I think it's $110 for the rod, and you're looking at like $175 to $180 on the reel. That'd put me over the kind of $250 threshold that I try to stay below. Stay below $250. You can get what you need for under $250, almost guarantee it, unless it's super technique specific. If it's like BFS or something crazy like that, you can get what you need, including this huge swim bait rod and reel combo for under $250. Every rod you've seen has been under that mark. Some of those I've gotten on good deals, like the Daiwa Tatulas. I got great deals on. Speaking of which, the guys at American Legacy Fishing in Evansville, Indiana are awesome. They have a decent online presence also. Check them out. They got a good selection. They're a great Dobyns dealer in general, and they're just excellent. Look for the deals. I got the Citrix, I think, from Cabela's for like $130, so almost $50 less than what you normally find them for. There's a lot of things you can look on eBay for. I bought the Curado G. I actually got used. I've gotten 2 of the rods used. If you can help it, get them locally. If you're looking for use, if it's a reel, you want to try it out. Maybe have somebody send you a video of it free spinning or something like that. There's a lot of people that are scared to have a rod shipped. Don't be worried about it. Really not a big deal. They come in huge rod tubes like this, super thick, nothing's going on in there. Normally they cap them with a little foam cap. None to worry about. Alright guys, that is all 8 rods. If you're looking for more information on any of those rods, I'm going to try to make videos for them individually, try to share my experiences, you know, what I think of them personally. So if you're looking at purchasing one, try to get you as much information as I can. Till then, I'll see you guys.